Hello, everybody. It is 6 o'clock, which means it is appropriate time to begin drinking. Not that I really need to wait till the evening. I am running around doing a um, bunch of social media stuff. Um, but I am trying to get stuff together so I can start writing because I've been editing, and while that is grand and delightful, I am 100% over it. Um, I'm only like 5, maybe 6 chapters in, and I'm just um, ready to be done with it. Um, um, so just putting this out to the reader group. Um, Karen's along for the ride. She's in the chat room. She may pop in. We'll see if I can convince her. Um, but I'm going to be working on my superhero sci-fi for a little while. Um, see if we can get some sprint time set up. Oh yeah, I just stole the sprint from Karen. Whoops, sorry, Karen. Karen Diem is in the Discord with us. So let me get some banners up and going here. So we're gonna do 6:10 to 6:30. So if you are watching, it is definitely a good time to get some words out. Um, um, and since I am officially not alone because the rest of the universe is watching this, I'm not drinking alone, so there's really no problem. Boom Sauce is my go-to beer. um, yeah, the one of the things that I don't do well, and I openly discuss this all the time, is I'm not really great at code switching. Not code switching. That I'm fine with. Um, Task switching. So I'm currently editing 3 books and writing a book at the same time, and I can do one really well, or I can do two well. And that's really been probably my biggest crutch um, with working, because I can do one or the other really well. And I think along with day job and teaching at the college and stuff, there's just a lot of uh, random little stuff that just kind of stacks up and gets in the way. So it's really hard to kind of put all your focus in one spot, which is extremely difficult for me to begin with. Um, so we have so many notifications popping up on Facebook. I'm trying to get to them all before time begins. Okay, I'm pretty much good to go. So now I'm just waiting for the countdown, which, could start writing now, but nah. Um, I can already see from my word counts over the last couple days that I've gone from 2,000 a day, 3,000 a day to 500 a day. Um, um, I think some people are coming back from dinner, so they're going to be sprinting with me, which still means I'm going to be the slowest one in the room, but at least I'll get some words down. Okay, so we're gonna sprint in just a minute. So I have comments up if people want to sprint along with me. Um, all about being a cheerleader. Um, I mean, I really would be a cheerleader. So all right, gonna mute, go into sprint, and I will be back in 20. Hopefully with some words written. Hello, Lana. How's it going?
Me or Lana?
Whoever wants to answer.
It's going fine. I'm making a pot of beans for dinner, so I might have to like jump up and go check on it.
Oh, that's fine. At least there's someone else to talk to.
Yeah, I ran and got a coffee because I was like, okay, I'm so tired. So for those of you watching, we're doing a play test of a role-playing game tonight on a Twitch channel, and it's the system that we will be using for a vigilante role-playing game. So I'm playtesting that tonight.
Do you want me to delete the live event in the Facebook group?
Oh yeah, I thought it automatically did that when I deleted it.
That was my understanding, that it normally will auto delete it if you delete your own.
I don't know.
So
yeah, go ahead and delete it because we're not doing that.
Yeah, because I went and looked to see if like, oh, maybe I didn't notice in StreamYard, but
well, the other one is still there, right? The Twitch broadcast was still there today when you went in for this?
No.
It wasn't?
No, but here, did you already give out the link for it?
I did.
So you can still go into it.
But even if it's not there?
I don't know if I can leave StreamYard without canceling this. As soon as we're done with this, we'll check though.
Okay.
Because I'm almost 100% sure that if you have the link to an old one, you can still go in and out of that.
Okay. That would be good. Otherwise, you know what? Otherwise, we will just do like a live. We'll make the Facebook page part of the live stream with Twitch and do it like that. I don't see a problem really doing that.
The only downside on the Facebook page, and I was thinking about this earlier, is holy crap, there's just, if you go look at like the last 2 weeks worth of stuff, you're just like video. I'm like, oh, I need to start remembering to put non-video stuff on there.
Well, we're doing book recommendations, so that's good.
Yeah, so that's been actually going pretty well. Charlie's went out today.
Good. Well, and Kevin Sorrell, I chose when I was doing the newsletter, I chose Kevin to be our featured author.
Because he has the
newsletter.
Middle grade book, right?
He does have the middle grade book, which is the one I included because I thought, you know what, let's add a little variety in there age-wise. Let's see what everybody's kind of wanting. So,
and I really just like the cover for it.
I do too. It's really good.
It's perfect for the age bracket and for even an older audience who likes younger comics.
Absolutely. So Kevin, if you're listening or watching, you're featured in the newsletter this month.
How about we do a sprint for 40, 45?
40 is good.
Okay.
I don't have to go check on the beans for a little bit. I just took them off high heat.
I just had barbecue flatbread.
Ooh, yum.
So I get like the home chef like meals. I get 2 a week. And it's just because they are meals that I would not normally make for myself. Like ingredients, or like I've never sat down and go, you know what I want to make tonight? I want to make a risotto. I never think that. So last night I had Cajun scallops and risotto.
Oh my God, yum.
And then today was barbecue chicken flatbread. And all of the stuff like I know how to make, just I would never have thought to do it on my own. So
yeah. God, if it wasn't so prohibitive for families, I would totally love that.
for like two people who eat like normal meals, it is a decent price for two adults, especially when you factor in like you might not eat it all.
Yeah.
But I am a fat dude, so yeah, I devour it without oh god, I can't even think of the word. Like I devour it without even thinking twice about it. So
yeah, well, and if it's good, you're like, I can't stop eating it. Oh my god.
well, and some of it, like scallops, don't keep. So I think scallops heated up after they've been cooked are disgusting.
They're rubbery.
Yeah.
They're really nasty.
And I have some seafood standards, and my scallops are on point.
Nice. I should probably join this sprint.
How dare you?
How many words? Let's see here. 1950.
So today I started thinking about if I want to redo my room, my office, which is also a spare bedroom because, you know, whatever. Because I'm doing so many podcasts all the time, I am wondering if I can come up with like, so things don't need to move because I have tripods and I switch cameras, and when I'm doing the Geekorama podcast, like I'm basically sitting on the floor, and I don't like I just have gear all over.
Yeah.
So I was trying to come up with a way to do a permanent background. Sweet Jesus, this room does not allow in any way, shape, or form.
Oh no. Is it just oddly shaped and like the window is in the exact wrong spot?
So behind me, that's the wall between the two doors.
Okay.
And then opposite of it is a window. So I have two flat walls. But I mean, basically what I want is for when I'm sitting here, for there to be something behind me.
Yeah.
But for me to do that, I'm going to have to move my desk so I can't see out the window. And like, I have this beautiful, luscious green view from right here.
Yeah, and you don't want your back to it because that would totally suck.
And that's really the only option I have with creating a permanent setup.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks. Is there another room you could do it in?
So I have rooms. I have so many rooms. I have a room with a Bowflex in it. That is it. It's identical to this room. So even if I set something up in there, I can't have anything behind me.
Yeah.
And then I'm just moving all the gear to a different room. The only thing that might work out is I have it feels a little less official, but you know, it could work. And maybe I'll try this out for next podcast. But over here, so on this wall I have geek. But over here, if you look closely,
is that a superhero quilt?
Yep.
Oh my god, dude, you gotta hang that on your wall.
Oh no. I have a wall hanging quilt too.
Oh my god.
My mom's a crazy quilter.
That is awesome.
And do you notice the stuffed animal?
Is that Nightcrawler?
It's a Banff. So when Nightcrawler is dating the witch, Amanda Sefton, he says, I can't be with you all the time because I'm gallivanting and saving the world.
That's right. So he gets her.
So he leaves her a Banff doll, which come to find out is actually alive and tries to kill everyone later.
Oh my God. That's one of the few X-Men comics I've actually read. That is so funny.
So my mom made me a Bamf doll.
Oh my God. Your mom loves you.
Yeah, my mom is very pro geek. She's like, when I showed it to her, she was like, "You want what?"
I want the doll that comes alive and tries to kill everybody. It's
And
quite simple.
it's basically Chucky with a devil tail. But I could actually get rid of the wall of geek and use that, but
The Wall of Geek is cool though.
I like the wall of geek because it's easy to change it.
Mm-hmm.
And like I have some new geek stuff that I could start sliding into it.
Yeah.
So I have to think about it. Nothing's working out.
Yeah. I'm gonna transfer some pictures. I've got some beautiful pictures in front of me, and just that lonely squirrel girl picture behind me. Um, so I think I'm gonna move the pictures from the wall in front of me to the wall behind me, so it doesn't look so weird.
Well, and we might be doing remote learning for the fall, and so if I'm going to be on camera more, and I
Mm-hmm.
already have to be on camera for the college. I already do the podcast with you, and then whatever panels, and now I'm podcasting with other people, like for interviews. Just every time I have to set up, tear down, set up, tear down.
Yep. You need a permanent setup at this point.
Um, I just I went and looked up like, okay, let's say I spend $1,000 and I can get whatever I want. What could I do? Money won't solve this problem. Is what I did. It, it it's just a I want things that cannot exist with my other want.
I hate it when that happens.
But I am so unwilling to give up the window view.
Well, and that's important. Honestly, when you have a job like ours and you're at your desk so much, you want to look at something like nice every once in a while.
So yeah, I don't. If I could come up with something, I would, but they put a window in a weird spot.
We'll have to think of something though. We'll I bet we could come up with something if we put our heads together and we ask
I
the
even
group.
am thinking painting the wall green screen green and just
Ooh,
doing a green screen.
that's a possibility, but it can get pixelated and weird.
Yeah, so it just it would be cool-ish to have that option, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't. I prefer a physical.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I happen to like your Wall of Geek. I think it's great. It's on brand. It looks great, you know?
And there are some things that need to get shuffled around because it's time to feature new geek.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna hop into a sprint now that I'm already making us late.
Me too. That's okay. All right, muting.
Okay. Do-do-do.
Now I gotta add it up. Add it up.
I
Sorry.
got 910. Oh, for last time I got like 4 something because apparently I keep forgetting to join.
And word count.
You would think if you were the one who made the sprint, it should just auto join you.
Yeah, that would be really nice. Wow, that's a low word count for me, but that's fine because I'm revising. 910. Go you.
Yeah,
I don't think
not
I've
actually
ever
910.
seen you. Oh, it's not?
No, because it didn't register that I didn't join, so it's counting them as all new words.
Oh, I see.
So we're just gonna pretend that that's correct.
We're gonna go with it. Yeah, there's nothing like revising and you're like, okay, I wrote that new scene that should tie together with this next one, and then you read your notes for the next one, you're like, damn it, forgot the key element, and you gotta go back and you're like, all right, where do I put this in?
I always hate when you're editing and you come across something you're like, oh, I really should include this line right here about whatever, and then like 2 sentences later you're like, oh, I did it. Like half my edits get scribbled out because, wow, I must have been a genius because I thought about that when I wrote it.
Yeah, I'm always trying to tell myself, keep it simple. And then I'm revising. I'm like, I think they're making this too complicated again. I'm just going to go with it at this point because I don't want to have to try to do something different. I'm just going to run with it.
When I get to the phase of editing on the computer itself, I'm going to try and work because it's in first person. I'm going to see if I can reduce the amount of times I start a sentence with the word I by half.
That's going to be tricky.
I definitely think it's going to require like some practice, but yeah. I definitely feel right now going through my edits, I'm like, most of the time I do pretty good, but every now and then it's like I did this, then I did that, and then I was thinking this, and you're like, don't make it all about you.
I think that's probably why I've never attempted a first-person narrative, because I'm just like, I don't know how I would even do that.
You know what's weird though is, and I keep doing this right now, and I'm sure I just actually did it. When you're speaking, you write I did this, I did that. But then when you go back into writing the narrative, you switch to third person. So actually, you are writing partially in first and third all the time.
Huh. I never even thought about that.
But when you're writing in first person, you don't have to transition.
That's a really good point.
So, like, I realized I was just writing something and she was talking about her dad, and she's like, oh yeah, when I was younger, and then when I went right into the narration, it was all first person, and I was like, crap, I switched. So it flexes a different muscle.
Yeah, I can totally see that. I'm almost to the midpoint in my revisions.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, I'm so excited about that. I've done a lot of work. I've made a lot of headway this week. And it's amazing what you can do if you just keep your head down and like turn Facebook off.
This is true.
This is very true. Hey, Alley Cat 107.
Hey, Alley Cat.
They say they've been editing their novel. What's your novel? What novel are you working on?
She's been joining us during day sprints.
Really? I haven't been able to make many of those. Kids, what are you going to do? I'm not. Well, when Wednesdays, we're trying to make it like late start Wednesdays so Dan and I can sleep in, because I do get my alarm goes off at 6:30 in the morning. And I take about, like, honestly, this sounds so stupid, but it does take me about 2 hours to wake up. Like, I have breakfast, I have my coffee, I read a little bit while I have my breakfast, then I do my meditation and my tarot cards, and then I'm finally ready to like dive in.
I actually go downstairs and do admin work when I first wake up. It's the no brain reply to emails.
That's a good one.
No thought process. Like, I save the emails that require, like, I got to think about this. But a lot of the times it's like, hey, can you shoot me this? Click, 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 click. Done.
The brainless stuff.
Because once I get going, I want to be doing other stuff.
Yeah. I end up doing that too. Like after meditation and tarot, I'll pull up the ads dashboard. I'll download the report. I'll pull up KDP and I'll, turn on the reader link scraper and check my email.
I will say, like, so I get up around 9, 8, whatever. But my goal, like, I don't have to be up at any time. Like, I can teach at 8 o'clock at night. So, but what I do is when I go downstairs, I have my OJ, because I got to have my OJ every morning or I'm going to throw something. And that's even before coffee. And at that point, I'm doing all the stuff that if I had a personal assistant, they would be doing that.
Oh, okay.
So the ad scrapes, the filling out data charts and stuff for the previous day, like all just the
Yeah, the boring stuff that you're like, if I wait, this isn't going to get done, kind of thing.
And then what I do is I come upstairs, and that's now work time. Either sometimes it's school work, sometimes it's writing work. But work has to happen when I'm sitting in my office of some sort.
My office is my little sanctuary. I have my meditation space. This is my space. It's the one room in the house. The kids know they have to ask before they come in. If the door is closed, don't knock. That means mommy needs, time, or she's working and she can't be disturbed, or,
She's eating all the good junk food and doesn't want you to
eat. Yeah. The one thing I need, like, my office is pretty much done, but I have a friend, like, right before the pandemic hit, he's consolidating his stuff, and he says, oh, I have a really comfy, like, reading chair. It's small, but it would fit in the corner by your window. Do you want it? I was like, oh my God, yes. He's like, okay, well, I'll bring it over to you. And then the lockdown happened, and he's like, it's going to have to wait. I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I have a bunch of stuff in here that doesn't need to be here anymore, but I don't really have, like, getting rid of it won't do anything.
Yeah.
So, like, I have a 2-drawer filing cabinet that I don't need anymore. I found ways around it. So
yeah.
But like, my futon is in here because I don't want this because otherwise it would just be a desk in a room. Like, I at least want it to be somewhat inviting. I have never, ever sat on that couch while I'm working. But damn it, I want the option.
Exactly. Well, and my office where I am, it's a converted walk-in closet. Granted, it was a humongous walk-in closet. No, it was huge.
That's where you hide the bodies.
Well, actually, when we first moved in, it was the kids' playroom, because that was how big it was.
Oh,
and
yeah.
We hung up all their, like, dress-up clothes, because they had a shit ton of dress-up clothes. And we hung up all their dress-up clothes, and we had shelves in here for toys, and they would come in here and they would play, and it was great. Like, they either played in their rooms or they played in the toy room. And then they got a little older and they just didn't use the toy room anymore. I was like, okay, then it's mine.
Yeah.
And we tore out all of the rods and the shelves, and patched the holes, and I painted and everything. Like, I was in charge of converting this space. And But yeah, it's just the perfect size for a little like garret office. It's perfect.
Yeah, mine is definitely too big for just an office. Just like the other room is way too big for just a Bowflex.
Just a Bowflex. You should have a reading nook. Like put some reading space in there. Did you?
When politicians text me.
Oh, I hate that. It's like, hey, it's so and so. I'm like, I don't know you, and I don't even think I voted for you. So, bye.
They just lost that vote. I don't care if I agree with your whole platform.
Don't text me. Yeah, no, that's not right.
And don't, like, your message was telling me to vote for your candidate. Like, how about start a conversation instead of being a dictator?
Yeah, exactly.
A dictator through text.
At least buy me dinner.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I don't need, if I had a family or kids, like, then I might want like my space away. But if you saw my bedroom, there's a bed.
And that's it.
There's enough space that I could have an office in my bedroom.
Oh my God.
But a bedroom is meant for sleeping. So
yeah.
Bed.
Well, and Dan's workstation is actually where my old workstation in the house was. It's in the front room by the bookcases. There's this like little like area perfect for just a desk. And so that's where he works, but he hates it because he doesn't have the ability like I do to close the door and let the kids know, hey, don't bother me. And he didn't want to put it in the bedroom because he wants the bedroom to be for sleep, not for work, and
I do believe like you are hardwired to be in certain spaces. So like when I'm in the living room, I bring my laptop, but my work production is like nil because it's where you go for TV.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a very big proponent of a room should serve its purpose and nothing more.
I don't really watch a lot of TV in my office. I mean, there are times when I'll take my lunch and I'll come in here and I'll just watch some Netflix on my laptop. But the only thing I do non-work related in here is play my MMORPG on my computer, and that's it.
Okay. No, I'm really like, even having the futon in here is just to make it a cozy office, but
it's psychological. It's like to trick you. Like,
yeah,
you could take a nap if
could.
You wanted to.
And I always think like, oh, I should dictate. I could just lie down, close my eyes, and dictate. That would be so awesome. Never done it before.
Never done it. Yeah.
5 years, never done it. And realistically, like, I don't need the couch. It's a really nice futon. I mean,
yeah,
really nice futon. But I have guests come over like once a year, so it could be in a less usable spot.
Mm-hmm.
But like, then my office would turn into 2 bookshelves and a desk. And a very large empty space.
It'd be lonely and sad.
So, yeah, I'm always curious what people do for office stuff.
I like to decorate. Like, I have shelves in here with my action figures, and I don't know.
Because originally I wanted this space to be all like my background for my podcasting, like.
Mm-hmm. And it's great for that. It does work for that.
But it needs to go up about 2 feet.
Oh.
And the bookcase that my desk is attached to could go on the floor, and this could go on top of it and lift it up 2 feet. But my desk has to attach to the bookcase. Like, I don't have a freestanding desk.
Yeah.
So.
That's a conundrum. I wonder how we fix that.
I mean, I could go buy more IKEA furniture, but the goal was to get rid of stuff.
Joke's on you, buddy. Joke's on you. So real quick, if anybody is looking for a podcast that's just ridiculous and wonderful and hilarious, maybe not ridiculous with the exception of this one episode, but the podcast Reading Glasses, it's all about readers and books and cool stuff having to do with books. And I listen to them sometimes on my walk, and I was listening to the episode today about reader snacks, like what kind of snacks that you should eat while you're reading. And this was a very serious thing. They had a poll that went up, like the whole thing, right? And there was criteria, like it couldn't have a lot of crumbs, it couldn't be sticky or like leave messes on your fingers. And what was the other one? I think there was a third, and I don't remember what it was. And one of the hosts was like, yeah, I can't have any crumbs because the crumbs will go in the what's that name of that part of the book? The butt crack of the book. And I'm walking and I start cracking up, and there's people around me and I am dying. I am laughing so hard, and I can't tell them, no, it's just she's talking about the butt crack of the book. Like they already think I'm crazy, right? But it went on like this, like the conversation about the butt crack of the book went on for like 10 minutes on the episode, and the co-host was laughing so hard they had to mute her mic.
So that's basically us before we start every podcast.
Basically, yes.
So what was the number one snack?
Gummy bears. No crumbs, not really sticky. Oh, and you can eat it without having to look at it. So you don't have to look away from the book. You can just reach into the bowl and grab some.
I'm going to say Chewy Chips Ahoy.
Crumbs? Crumb problem?
Not as crumbly as the regular Chips Ahoy.
Yeah, that is true.
It's low crumb.
The low crumb ratio. I like that. One of the co-hosts said, I know it doesn't score very good on the second criteria, but she said, I love chocolate covered nuts.
So So this is how I read a book. I only ever read with one hand.
That's interesting. Okay.
To the point where I will put it down, flip the page, and then go back to reading. So, but I did have some books that probably have some Dorito fingerprints in them.
Yeah, the co-host was talking about how she loves white cheddar covered popcorn. And she's like, that's the worst. And then they're also talking though about their Kindles. And I am like religious about my Kindle. I never touch the screen unless my hands are dry and clean. Like it drives me crazy to have a dirty screen of any kind that I am forced to look at. And they're talking about, it was giving me the EBGBs, honestly, because they're talking about, oh yeah, I have to wipe down my Kindle like at least every couple of days because I get chocolatey fingerprints. And like when the person was like, oh yeah, the cheese dust. And I was like, oh, I mean,
which
just
is funny because
nasty.
On my monitor right now, there's a little black speck over your face.
Is there?
My screen is so gross.
My girls, that's their Kindles. It's gross.
But it streaks. Like no matter what you do, it's always dirty.
You got to I have one of those microcloth rags.
Oh, yeah.
And I use that.
I thought the ones that, like I have wet wipes for my glasses, and this is a glass screen, so I thought that would be perfect. No.
Yeah, no. You don't want anything like that.
I actually had to scrub those streaks out because they were almost permanent on the screen, and I was like, did it corrode my screen?
Computer screens and TV screens are the hardest ones, I think, to get really truly clean.
Yeah,
I
there's
honestly.
my thumbprint on my TV screen for the 4 years I've owned it because I'm not going to try and clean it because it's going to get worse.
Yeah. No, from my phone, I take a disinfectant wipe, and that usually is just fine. And I'll dry it off while it's still wet. I'll dry the screen off, so that usually works for that.
So I don't even have a case on my phone because why? I don't go anywhere. All the time, just perfect.
You don't have little fingers playing with your phone, though.
Oh,
I do.
however, I am the person. So I work in a computer lab, and all the kids are there. I'm the person who goes over and touches the screen, and they're like, "Did you really have to?" And I was like, "So a kid brought me a pointer, so I would stop touching his screen."
That's brilliant.
So I'm holding the pointer in my left hand as I touch his screen with my right. Yeah.
Yep, that's you.
Definitely not teacher. Sorry, guys.
Should we do one more sprint, or do you want to call it?
No, I think one more, and then I'll probably call it for the day.
Okay.
Let's do. 7:25 is perfect.
Yep.
Sprint for 20:25, and I'll actually remember to join it.
All right.
Sometimes I think it just messes with me. It's like you thought you joined.
It's like we're gonna mess with your mind. All right, I do have to go check on the pot of beans. I will be right back.
Make sure nothing's burning.
What?
Make sure nothing's burning.
Yeah, exactly.
And of course, always in between sprints, you're like, I'm going to try and squeeze in some admin work because no one likes doing this. So I'm doing my audiobook reviews right now. Which thankfully goes pretty darn quickly.
Has it started?
Not yet.
Okay. This bean recipe, I used to make beans in the crock pot, but this other bean recipe is so good. But you have to watch them because the point is not to overcook them, to cook them just to that like point where they're pretty much done. And then you turn off the heat and you let them sit in the hot water and they cook the rest of the way, and they're amazing. They're not mushy, they're not like hard or anything like that. They're so flavorful and rich, and it's wonderful. And it's can be a challenge to get right. Like, can't tell you how many times I've forgotten. And I'm like, oh shit, the beans. And I go back and I'm like, well, we're gonna refry these babies because Mom overcooked them.
That's my problem, is especially when I'm working my day job. When I get home, I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
So I want a meal that I can put in the stove and walk away. And like, I need timers to go off and tell me.
Yeah.
But like the chef meals, they're like beginning to end, maybe 35 minutes of prep and like fully underway cooking, and maybe like another 10 minutes of cooking. But when you're sitting home all day, you're like, okay, I've been on my butt, so
Yeah, and you don't have to think about it. You're like, here's a recipe. All right, I'll see you in 20.
I just airplayed you to my TV downstairs. I was like,
Okay.
Trish, where are you in my house?
Surprise!
That was weird.
That's hilarious. All right, I'll see you in 20.
Okay.
Well, I am going to go. Dan is trying to fix the printer, and Kara is playing right outside my office window very loudly. So it's
How
going to get.
dare they?
I know it's going to get crazy. When I went and got a coffee, I went to our local comics shop that had been, closed because of the lockdown, and I picked up some manga for the girls, a couple Sailor Moon mangas, and this new one called Little Witch Academy, I think is what it is.
Okay.
So, yeah, they were kind of excited about it, but also kind of not, because they were forced off of their devices so they could go outside and enjoy the sunshine. So they were like, thanks.
How dare you?
I know, I'm a terrible parent.
All right. Well, I will be back around. I am not going to be able to do live sprinting tomorrow.
Okay.
Because I'm going to be doing the
watch party
in the evening. So I have a bunch of errands I have to do during the day.
Absolutely.
So if you want to sit around and go for it, then sure. But
I might actually. We'll see, because I have been sprinting around that time anyway, so I might just pop on.
And I just go to the YouTube channel and steal the headline and the same description every single time because I'm lazy.
Well, hey, there's no need to reinvent the wheel.
Consistency.
Yes, exactly. People love it. All right. Have a good night.
All right. And I'm actually going to end this here because it's starting to get dark out and I got some business to do.
Good night, everybody.
See ya.